Hey Priscilla.
How are you doing, Caleb?
Good. It's good to be here.
Great to be here. Thank you.
I know we have your special election coming up in June 15th.
That's right.
And I just wanted to follow up on the election and see how things were going. I know that we have a lot going on with SB 202 as well. And I kind of just want you to talk about what voters in District 34 can do to alleviate that push that we have against voting rights.
The current special election is a little bit of a hybrid. Some of the old rules are still in place, a few of the new rules are in place. There are no more outdoor drop boxes where you can go at 8 o'clock at night when you get off work, like what I did in the last election. Fill it out at home, vote at home, where you're able to do your research or whatever. Make sure you're voting for who you need to vote for, seal it up, sign it, take it to the drop box when you're ready. 24 hours a day, there's a camera, totally secure. No more, not happening. If you want to cast your ballot by absentee and you don't want to wait for the mail, which at this stage of the game, I would be a little hesitant to put it in the mail if you haven't done so already.
Right.
You have to take it to one of the polling places and put it in the drop box during voting hours. So in this part of the district where lines are not such a big deal as they are in southern Cobb County, you might as well vote early. But I'm actually a big proponent of voting by absentee ballot because it's a very clear paper ballot. You know exactly who you voted for, so you can be doing it with complete confidence that your vote is who it's supposed to be. And if there's an audit or if there's a recap of the votes, they look at the piece of paper and they know who it is that you voted
Right.
for. It's not embedded in a code somewhere. So that's one of the changes. And one of the ways that we can get around it is to do that. Another way to get around it is just by getting people to the polls, making sure we get people to the polls, we do what we have to do to help each other get to the polls. I find as I'm knocking on doors, people don't even know there's an election.
Yeah.
You know, the county, the state elections boards are doing very little to alert people to the fact that there is an election. We have to keep that energy going more of the time now. The worst part of the bill, to me, SB 202, is the disempowering of local election boards. So the way to subvert the subversion, the way to subvert the suppression is by voting. It's by voting and by voting and by voting and by getting your neighbors to vote, taking people to vote, making sure people vote early. Track your vote through the Secretary of State's website. You can, once you make your request, you can see when they sent your absentee ballot to your house. Note it when it comes, fill it out, take it to a drop box or put it in the mail if it's early enough. And so as Secretary of State's website will show you when it is received and if it is accepted. If it is not accepted because you didn't sign it right or something like that, they're supposed to give you some time to cure that ballot. And so you can watch. You can see that at least online.
What can voters do to help the campaign in the last little stretch that we have?
In the last little stretch we have, check on your neighbors. Have they voted? Do they need help getting to the polls? Do they know that there's an election? Help them decide that it is me that they want to vote for. Those are the main things that you can do. Put it out on your social media. Hey, do you know that there's this going on? Monday through Friday this coming week is early voting from 8 to 6 at the North Cobb Regional Library and at the Cobb County Government Center on Woodlock Avenue. So there's no voting next weekend. No voting Monday the 14th of June, and then voting from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on June 15th. But, and this is another piece of the new law. Right. If you go to the wrong polling place, you don't get to do a provisional ballot like you used to do. Now you just got a lot. You got to get over to your proper polling place in order to vote.
Yeah.
So on June 15th, if you haven't voted already, go to your regular precinct voting place to vote.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell viewers?
This is a real demonstration of democracy and what's important.
Something I heard from Stacy the other day was said, Voting is medicine. It is medicine to cure the problems that we have. And I think it's true. It's very simple.
That's why we're here. We are in one of the most remarkable social experiments that's happened on the face of the planet. And since modern medicine, we have an incredibly huge human population that's able to do those things. Democracy is fragile. If we don't practice don't use our democratic muscles, we're going to lose them.
Absolutely. Thank you, Priscilla. Again, vote June 15th, Priscilla Smith. If you have not voted early, you can do so next week at both of the locations, or do it absentee and drop it off before 7 p.m. on election day.
Thank you, Caleb, for DemX Media. Thank you for your endorsement. Thank you for spending some time with me. It's a really exciting time. I didn't get to go and knock on doors for the general election in 2020 because of COVID, and I find actually getting out and knocking on doors and actually being able to talk to people.
It makes all the difference.
Oh my God, it makes such a difference.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Priscilla. This is Caleb of DemX Media. I'm ready to progress this power.